Today I'm going to unbox my brand new Apple iPhone 4S. I'm pretty excited. This uses Apple's new iCloud system. Now I'm just kidding. I just got this phone back, so I thought I'd check it out. Now, back in August of 2014, I made 2 videos, the Use an iPhone for $7 a month series. And in those videos, I signed up for a TracFone's Bring Your Own Smartphone plan. And I was able to use this phone with TracFone for less than $7 a month. It came out to about $6.67. Now, I just got this phone back. The owner upgraded to an iPhone 5S, still using TracFone, still happy with TracFone, but I thought I'd check the phone out. Now, this is a Verizon iPhone 4S. It's a white 16 gigabyte phone, and it's a model A1387. Now, back in the day, Apple sold this phone to both AT&T and Verizon customers, but the Verizon models were locked, and Verizon was very adamant they would not unlock them for domestic use. But I read that sometime in 2015, Verizon bulk unlocked all the iPhone 4S phones that they sold. So I thought I'd check it out and see if it really will work with the GSM networks today. All right, let's get it out of the box. Still has the original box, still in nice condition. Here's the phone. Now the phone is in very good condition. It has plastic screen protectors on the front and the back. They're getting a little worn and ragged around the edges. Maybe it's time to take those off. Now if we look in the box, see what else is in here. Still have the original charger, still have the charge and sync cable. That's good, all the accessories are there. Now this is a really nice phone. I really like this. I used to have an iPhone 4S a long time ago, and I always liked that phone. Now today I thought I'd throw an AT&T SIM card in it and see if it works. So I'm going to get the SIM tray out. Now it turns out that there's a Verizon SIM in here. Now, this phone doesn't support 4G LTE, and Verizon only uses SIM cards for 4G LTE. But back in the CDMA days, they put these SIMs in so that the phone could support roaming on GSM networks, I guess here and abroad as well. Now here I have this is actually a FreedomPop AT&T LTE SIM, and I have it in a SIM adapter. It's a nano SIM, but I have it in the micro SIM card adapter so that I can fit it in the SIM tray here. So I'm going to put this into this iPhone and see if it works. All right, I have the SIM card in. And I think maybe I'll turn off Wi-Fi and see if we get a connection to the AT&T network. All right, now it just changed to no service. And we'll wait and see what happens here. Now it's searching. Okay, now it just recognized the AT&T network. And if you'll see here, it says 4G. Now on the iPhone, 4G means HSPA or HSPA Plus. If you had a 4G LTE connection, it would actually say LTE. Now the iPhone 4S doesn't support LTE, so that's the fastest connection you're going to get. Now this is a FreedomPop SIM card I put in here, and FreedomPop SIM cards only support data. If you want to use voice to make calls and send text messages, you need to install the FreedomPop app. But I want to check and see if the data connection is working, and then I'll know that the phone is unlocked. Just the fact that it recognizes the SIM is showing me that it's probably unlocked, but let's just verify that the data connection works. All right, now before you can use data with this phone, you need to install the APN profile from the FreedomPop website. So I'm going to turn on Wi-Fi, and then I'll use Safari here to use the FreedomPop iOS APN configurator. All right, so I'll pick for the country, I'll pick United States. And then for the product, I'll pick US LTE SIM. Now, when I tap this Create APN button, it generates this APN profile. And if I install that, it will set the APN. If you look at the details, you'll see the APN is fp.com.attz. So I'm going to install that. And then you can ignore this warning message. All right, so it's done. Okay, now that I have the SIM card in the phone and I set up the APN profile, we can use Safari to see if I can browse Smartphone Matters and see if the data connection is working. So let's take a look at my reviews here. And you'll see that Smartphone Matters is loading. I have a 4G connection here. And we can click on one of the links and see if we can read this article. And you'll see that it's working. All right, well, in 2017, the iPhone 4S is pretty much past its prime. I wouldn't recommend that you go out and buy one of these phones. It doesn't support 4G LTE, but if you were to pick one up super cheap or get one for free or have one laying around, it's nice to know that they are now SIM unlocked and you have your choice of using them with Verizon's CDMA network or with AT&T's GSM network. You saw that I put the FreedomPop AT&T network SIM card in here. And if you sign up for FreedomPop, you can get free service. You'll get some free data. And you can use the FreedomPop app for making and receiving calls or sending and receiving text messages. Or you could sign up for a low-cost tracfone plan. You'd have the choice between the Verizon network and the AT&T GSM network now. So, you know, if you have a senior citizen or a kid, somebody that has a modest smartphone needs, this would be a nice phone. Now, I always liked the design of this phone. I used to have a black one back in the day, and I think that it's very easy to hold. There's something I like about it, even better than some of the later model iPhones. Maybe I just have a soft spot for the design since that was the first iPhone that I had. Now, it has an 8-megapixel camera on the back. You can still use that camera today for taking decent snapshots. It's not going to be the best camera, but good enough for, some people, basic snapshots. Now, I'm not sure what I'll do with this phone. Now, with that FreedomPop SIM card in there, you can make unlimited calls to other FreedomPop users. That in itself would be a nice use for this phone, a dedicated FreedomPop phone. I think that's going to be it. I will catch you next time. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.